Welcome back to Wrestling World. Today I wanted to get into the idea behind Alexa Bliss's new faction and what's going on with Ronda Rousey. So let's get into the wrestling news. Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt have now shifted their storyline over to Raw, which I think was really needed and great for Raw. SmackDown had literally all the firepower for 2020 and didn't leave Raw with much, so it's nice to balance things out with a Fiend and Alexa's story moving to Raw. Initially, I thought Bray and Alexa would continue to go after Kevin Owens, but with Owens moving to SmackDown, I guess that debunks that idea. It's weird though, because WWE implies to us that Bray Wyatt and The Fiend are two different people, yet they get drafted as one? I saw some fans saying, well, Raw drafted The Fiend, but no one actually drafted Bray Wyatt. And as funny as that sounds, I think it's a good point. WWE should have made it more clear, at least, with the graphics that drafting The Fiend counts as drafting Bray Wyatt as well, because you can have a case of saying Bray Wyatt is a free agent. But let's get into this new theory and idea because I really love it. The idea comes to us from the legendary Mark Henry. Mark Henry recently had a great comment to say about Alexa Bliss and offered up his own plan and direction for where to take her next. Mark Henry had this to say about Alexa Bliss. What could Alexa do with that kind of power? Harness a stable of men? But what about the women? What about people like Nikki Cross and people that are not being used right now? She can convince them. I can introduce you to him, The Fiend Bray Wyatt. I can help you. I can help you become a champion. She could do unbelievable things that you can only do if you have the catalyst for it. I think they are on the right track to creating a female monster, and that's gonna be great. Mark Henry also mentioned how Alexa Bliss could even gain full control over The Fiend in due time. I loved a lot of the things that Mark Henry had there, especially the stable of women. We've been talking about the possibility of a new Wyatt family, but what if Alexa Bliss breaks away just a bit and creates her own stable filled with women that she was able to turn? It can be returning superstars, current superstars, new women just getting called up from the NXT, literally anyone. Just a few women for Alexa Bliss to recruit to join The Fiend's army. I love that idea, and I think it can work. Even though The Fiend and Alexa Bliss are together, he obviously can't assist her with attacking other women. So that's where Alexa and her stable of women would come in. They could be the ones that help Alexa with her feuds and the other women that she was going after. Maybe even assist Alexa Bliss all the way up to the Raw Women's Championship, but similar to The Fiend. I don't think Alexa needs a title at all right now. Her character alone is exciting and thrilling enough that she really doesn't need a championship at the moment. Could WWE be going down this path for Mark Henry's idea? I think there's a huge, realistic chance that they could. The big teaser and hint by WWE about Alexa's possible stable happened at the WWE draft. Nikki Cross was drafted to Raw, and if you go back and see that moment, the commentators immediately bring up Alexa Bliss and their history. That's what makes me think Nikki Cross has a realistic shot at being that first woman that Alexa Bliss tries to turn. Now, we haven't seen Nikki Cross in a few weeks because they obviously had her quarantined, but she will return any day now once she's all cleared. That's when we could see things pop off with her and Alexa Bliss. Even throughout Alexa's dark turn, we never really saw Alexa be that hostile towards Nikki Cross and really turn on her. Even in the middle of being possessed by The Fiend, the old Alexa Bliss still seemed to be there and care for Nikki Cross. That's what makes me really think that Nikki Cross would be a solid first candidate for Alexa's stable. Even though Alexa has entered this Harley Quinn state of mind, her friendship with Nikki Cross is still in her mind. Alexa probably wants to reignite that friendship with Nikki Cross, but only if Nikki joins her and The Fiend. Nikki Cross's NXT persona was really dark and twisted, so it's perfect fit for her to join Alexa and The Fiend while going back to her original NXT persona. We still don't know what Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss will do on Raw. Yeah, they attacked Andrade and Zelina Vega, but Zelina was shifted to SmackDown and Andrade is a free agent. So it doesn't look like they'll be feuding with Andrade and Zelina at all. That attack was just used as their big welcoming moment to Raw, and they made their statement. But I loved Mark Henry's idea. Alexa Bliss having 2 other twisted women by her side with Alexa serving as the lead of the stable would be quite the sight to see. Is Ronda Rousey running out of time? It definitely appears so. Ronda Rousey has been gone from WWE ever since WrestleMania 35 in mid-2019. People thought she would return at SummerSlam that year, then Royal Rumble, then this year's WrestleMania, then this year's SummerSlam, and the events just keep flying by with no hints of Ronda Rousey's actual return. We've been hearing more and more in recent weeks about Ronda training again, and even training with Natalya, and everyone thought that was a good sign for her return. But now there's some doubt about Ronda Rousey's return that's going around. So remember back when WWE first signed Ronda Rousey several years ago? It was confirmed by WWE that she was still signed until 2021. Well, we're on the fast track to 2021 right now, and there's still nothing going on with Ronda. Ronda reportedly isn't signed for the entirety of 2021 either. Her contract is rumored to expire mid-2021, just around WrestleMania. So technically, we're in the final 6 months of her contract. So is she returning soon, and is she running out of time? Well, if they stick with her original contract, then obviously she's running out of time on her contract. But there's a lot of rumors going around that maybe WWE could still freeze her contract due to her long hiatus and everything that was put on pause because of the pandemic. But no one knows if that can be done. WWE freezes contracts for superstars all the time, but you're talking about Ronda Rousey here. So it's definitely a possibility that WWE is unable to freeze her contract. There are a few things to note about Ronda Rousey's WWE return. First thing being that it will be a big surprise and catch everyone off guard. Similar to Roman Reigns' return, no one will be expecting it. The second thing to note is that WWE reportedly wants a big live crowd present for her big return. Ronda has basically missed over a year and a half of action. So it is a big return that deserves a big reaction. That seems to be the main 2 things that WWE wants for Ronda Rousey's return. They want it to be unexpected and have a live crowd present. The live crowd being present may be a bit of an issue as well. WWE was set to leave the Thunderdome in the end of October, with their next move being unknown from there on. But reports are now claiming that WWE could be extending their stay in the Thunderdome for much longer than they expected. It's now being reported that staying inside the Thunderdome until 2021 is looking more and more like a realistic possibility. It really makes sense. Obviously, going on tour around the country and around the world is still completely off the table. That's still not happening anytime soon. So it makes sense for them to stay put inside the Thunderdome while they're still waiting everything out and see what they could do next. But if they're going to remain inside the Thunderdome until next year, then you can basically rule out Ronda Rousey's return for the rest of 2020. If they want to have a live crowd for that moment, but they're staying inside the Thunderdome for the next few months, then it doesn't look like that big return is happening in 2020. It looks like if Ronda Rousey is going to return, it'll be one last run heading into WrestleMania 37, which is expected to have a big live crowd. So maybe that's a realistic spot for Ronda Rousey's return. But if they haven't froze the contract or extended it yet behind the scenes, then we are now in the final 6 months of Ronda's contract, and we'll have to see how it plays out from there. But what are your thoughts on today's wrestling news? Are you a fan of Mark Henry's idea for Alexa Stable? And what are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey running out of time? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications turned on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.